All right, let's talk about something really important in fish production. It's the stuff you can't see that can absolutely wreck your business. I'm talking about that constant, invisible pressure from microbes, the stuff that's silently eating away at your quality and, yep, your bottom line. But what if? What if there was a modern, scientifically backed way to take back control? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into.
So, I want you to just think about it for a second. Forget the obvious day-to-day challenges. What is the biggest invisible risk in your production line? I mean, what's that one hidden danger that's quietly working against your product, your reputation, and yeah, your profits, every single day? It's a threat that's always there, right? From the moment the raw fish comes in the door to the final package going out.
Well, that threat, it's microbial contamination. It's really the core problem that every single fish producer faces. It's like this invisible enemy, and it demands a modern defense. So let's go on a little hunt and pinpoint exactly where this stuff is hiding. Just picture the journey your product takes through your facility, right? The microbial load, it starts right there on the raw fish and in the brines. Then it jumps over to the cutting tables and the knives. It absolutely thrives in those humid curing and smoking chambers. And it finds a cozy little home on all those complex slicers and packaging lines. And of course, all along the way, you've got that constant threat of condensation and those super tough to kill biofilms. These are your critical contamination points. So when this pressure isn't managed proactively, what happens? Well, the results are probably all too familiar. You get that unwanted slime, the off odors, the dreaded appearance of mold, and of course, spoilage. And let's be clear, these aren't just little quality issues. Nope, these are direct threats to your business.
And it's not just a production headache, This is a major financial problem. The real price of contamination, it goes way beyond just one spoiled batch.
The true costs? You feel them in product returns and, worse, customer complaints. It shows up as that frustrating instability from one batch to the next, maybe forcing you to shorten your shelf life. And over time, all of this just erodes your brand's reputation and leads to direct, measurable financial losses. So just how big can that loss really be?
Okay, let's just do some simple math here, based on the economic model in the source material. Picture this. A tiny, just 1% return rate on a $200,000 monthly turnover, well, that equals a $2,000 loss. That's $2,000 just walking right out the door every single month. And the kicker? That's a loss that is completely preventable. So, this is the point where we pivot. We're moving from the problem to the solution. And listen, we are not talking about just throwing more aggressive, corrosive chemicals at it. No, we're talking about a smarter, proactive antimicrobial technology called Si14 Pharma.
And here it is, Si14 Pharma. This is a professional-grade, stabilized colloidal silver technology. Now, this isn't some generic cleaner you'd find anywhere. Think of it as a specialized tool, engineered specifically for the unique challenges of the food industry and especially fish production. So, what makes it so darn effective?
The science behind it is actually pretty cool and really elegant. Just imagine these incredibly tiny 15-nanometer silver particles suspended in pure water. Now, unlike harsh chemicals that are kind of like a sledgehammer, this stuff works with surgical precision. I love this analogy. Think of it like a key that fits perfectly into the lock of a microbe's life support system. It goes in, disrupts their key enzymes, and basically shuts down their ability to multiply. So it doesn't just kill them off, it actively suppresses their growth right on the surfaces.
In this approach, well, it has some really clear advantages. For starters, it's a patented technology that's scientifically proven to work. It's got no chlorine and no alcohol, which is huge because that means it's not corrosive to your expensive equipment. On top of all that, it's a stable, super easy-to-use concentrate that will fit right into the protocols you already have.
Okay, talk is one thing, right? But in this industry, results are everything. So let's look at the hard data, because this is where the science really speaks for itself.
100%. Let that sink in. 100%. That's the level of growth suppression they saw in lab tests against key gram-negative bacteria. Things like E. coli and Pseudomonas aeruginosa. These are some of the most common and stubborn culprits in food spoilage, and this brought their multiplication to a complete halt.
And it's not just bacteria either. When they tested it against fungi like Candida albicans, just 40 minutes of exposure resulted in a greater than 99.9% reduction in the population. I mean, that is some seriously powerful broad-spectrum performance.
And hey, you do not need to be a microbiologist to see these results. Just look at this.
On the left, you've got a control petri dish that's just teeming with bacterial colonies. But on the right, the dish treated with Si14 Pharma is clean. I mean, the proof is right there in the picture. This turns all that data into something you can see with your own eyes, an undeniable reality.
Okay, so we know it's powerful, and we know it's proven. But is it practical? Is it affordable? Let's break down how this actually integrates into a simple, cost-effective program for your facility. Honestly, the application could not be simpler, and it's designed to fit right into your existing sanitation schedule. It's just 3 steps. 1, you dilute the concentrate with water. 2, you apply it using whatever tools you already have, a spray bottle, a wipe, maybe a fogger for the bigger areas. And 3, you just let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes to do its thing before production kicks off. Seriously, that's it.
And the economics here are totally transparent. You basically have 2 options, 2 regimes. There's the standard S regime, which comes out to just 74 cents per liter. That's perfect for your general sanitation, floors, walls, that kind of thing. Then, for your critical, high-risk zones and food contact surfaces, you've got the reinforced H regime. It's double the concentration for just $1.48 per liter. This setup gives you complete control over your costs and how you apply it.
So let's put this all on a balance sheet, shall we? Using the example from the source material, a full sanitation program for a medium-sized facility might cost you around $118 a month. Now compare that to the $2,000 a month you could be losing from that tiny 1% return rate. The return on investment here isn't just positive, it's exponential. And check this out for efficiency. Just one 5-liter canister. That one container is a powerhouse. It produces up to 2,500 liters of the standard solution. So this isn't just effective, it's an incredibly economical way to protect your entire facility.
And you know, behind this product is a real mark of quality and trust. This is a Swiss-developed, patented technology. And that means precision. It means reliability, and it means innovation that you can build your entire sanitation program on with complete confidence.
You know, there's a line from the source material that just sums it all up perfectly. The goal is to, quote, build a predictable sanitation program to stabilize quality, reduce returns, and cut down on aggressive chemistry. I mean, that's the whole ballgame right there. Stabilize quality, reduce returns, and use less of the harsh stuff.
Ultimately, it really just comes down to this. You protect your product from those invisible threats, and by doing that, you secure your profit. It's that simple. You're ensuring quality, consistency, and happy customers.
So look, the data is clear, the science is solid, and the economics just make sense. The only real question left is, are you ready to see this proof in your own facility? Are you ready to stop playing defense against microbes and start playing offense? The source material suggests starting with a pilot program, and honestly, that seems like the perfect way to find out for yourself.